My question is also regarding to Alibaba. Alibaba Cloud wants to transform and upgrade the games. But my question is, what does this mean for the International Broadcast Center, and how will this affect the work of the journalists at the Olympic Games in the future?
You're very well informed as to what the actual impact is on the cloud and the technology. One of the first examples of the cloud changing things is in the broadcasting, where Tokyo, for the very first time, will see the host broadcaster. Actually, maybe if I can just digress for a second, because it's possible that not everybody understands how the games are broadcast. The IOC is the one who actually produces the broadcast signal. There is some 6,000 hours of live sport over the 17 days in Tokyo or in the Summer Games. And so the IOC creates a master signal of all sport. And that signal is then fed to each of the broadcasters at the main broadcast center at the games. Then the major broadcasters will say, yeah, but we want the focus on our athlete. So they will then have what's called additional supplemental cameras, either in the stadium. So if you imagine the 100-meter final, you'll have the IOC broadcasting the whole final, but NBC wanting a close-up of the eyes of the American athlete. And they will then intercut that along with all of their cameras doing the interviews and everything else. So what you finally see in each country is different because each country's editing and producing differently. But the basic start is a neutral IOC signal, and then customized with the color and the commentary of each country with their own cameras. Now, this is a massive undertaking, and currently all of the broadcasters have to send all of their teams to the host country of the games to do the editing, production, and a few years ago, most broadcasters were only transmitting maybe 200 hours because it was one channel. Now, I think in the last games, for example, BBC in Britain, they broadcast 4,000 hours because they were doing it across the different platforms and you could watch whatever. This is a massive engineering challenge. What the cloud is doing and what Alibaba is working with the IOC is that for the first time, all of this content will be up there in the cloud live. So whilst the main channel will still be doing its full production on site, all of the other platforms and everything else, the broadcasters no longer have to send thousands of additional people to the games, but can actually complete the production back in their own headquarters. So it's a revolution in the broadcast industry, not just for Olympics, will work in an ability to significantly simplify the access to the content and managing that content for broadcast. So that's one example of the cloud that was already coming into play in Tokyo.